Iburu, Iboya, Ibuche, everybody inside the land. It's your favorite Babalao. And it's a hope so. Omo Dileke coming at you with a sequel to help me, help you. Today, I'm bringing you a special one. But before we talk about that, give me the like, give me the share, give me the subscribe button. Hit that button, please hit that button down there. Because I'm trying to get my community tab up so that I can share information, data, documents, info, forum-based, giving you something hard so you can print out, look at, keep it, learn it, do what you want to do with it. But let's talk about it so we can learn and reflect. All right, back to the topic on hand. Today, I want to talk about Okana Ka. Okana Ka is Okana Ka. And a couple of things with Okana Ka with an Omo Yemaya. Okay? I'm going to speak about Okana Ka for everybody who's Okana Ka, but then I'm going to relate it to Omo Yemaya for my man Andy, because he hit me up, and let me make sure it is Andy. Yep. So Andy could better understand his old doom. Because like I've told many people before, your old dooms and your ita, right? You receive your mano de orula, right? They give you a sign, they mark it up real beautifully. And that is your destiny. That is your life sign. So let's jump right in. All right. When I think of Okana Ka, I think of, when we talk about good things coming through, you also hear about people saying, hey, we open up Pandora's box and, bad things come in threes and whatnot. I think of Okana Ka. Okana Ka talks about the three fortunes or the three failures. The problem with Okana Ka is that Okana Ka has to be very, very, very careful not to be taken advantage of. Okana Ka is susceptible to thievery. Okana Ka gets to a certain point in his life where he doesn't know who to trust. Okana Ka just kind of block people away. But let me tell you why that's bad. Okana Ka, I got it. You're going to get taken advantage of if you're not careful. People are going to rob you if you're not careful. But I would tell you that people will even take advantage of you because maybe they don't understand you. Right? Those three things, right? Oh, came back to three again, right? Those three things can also hurt you. Why? Because it begins to build a persona where you will refuse to get the help that you need. For example, in Okana Ka specifically, by the way of a woman, Okana Ka's luck is going to change. Boy, he's going to have some great luck. You're going to make it. So the day somebody comes knocking on your door saying, hey, I don't have nowhere to live, you offer them to stay with you until they get on their feet. But you got to do it the right way, right? People can't live with you for free. But that alone, that gesture alone is going to open up a door of Ide that's going to better help you. Something else that Okana Ka that we got to pay attention to is the father figure or the son. So Okana Kas that have sons, or Okana Kas who have fathers, however that relates, if you're a male or a woman, you have a child, you don't have a child. I want you to pay attention to the son part. So if you are the son, okay, then you need to pay attention to yourself. Okay, if you're a woman, you pay attention to the father. If you are married or you're a woman and you have a child, you pay attention to that son. Why? Because your son is up to no good. I'm going to call it for what it is. Or someone is mistakenly looking for your son, thinking he did something, or maybe thinking you did something, depending on the context on how your life is moving. And that's going to get you wrapped up into a situation you don't want to be into. So pay close attention to the situations. Pay close attention to your sons. Pay close attention to your father. If you're a woman and you don't have no kids, understand who they are and help them out. That's your blood. That's your family. Why is that important? Because in Okana Ka, one of the biggest things that's important is to understand that you have the ability to make change. Not just regular change, but Okana Ka. Remember when I talked about the threes? I said, here's 3, here's another 3, and there's another 3. Got 9. Now we're talking about eguns, right? So let's talk about eguns, because that's coming in my head for a reason, the eguns. Okana Ka is a natural spiritualist. Okana Ka can work spiritismo. That's who Okana Ka is. Now, when we talk about Okana Ka, we got to understand that Okana Ka has to be careful, because if Okana Ka follows his destiny down to the T, the next thing they're trying to do is get him scratched. They're going to fly. Okana Ka, you got to get scratched. You got to go into Palo. You got to work the eguns, blah, 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 blah. They're going to all tell you the same thing. Okana Ka, I want you to use your head for a second, please. Okay, please. Because in Okana Ka, you also have to get crowned your Orisha. So what does that mean? Which one do you do first? You can be a natural spiritualist and not have to go all the way into Palo. You can get scratched and then end your Palo game, go get crowned, and then let your guardian, let your Ori, let all the Ocha speak so that you can understand where your destiny needs to go next. You got to be methodical, Okana Ka. Methodical when it comes to you and your spiritualism, because you're built for that. But which route you take, Ocha first, then Palo, or Palo first, then Ocha, can dictate a lot of things, especially when we talk about that in Okana Ka. We talk about the 3 failures again. We got to be very careful with that. Don't put yourself in a predicament that is you're going to be very hard to get yourself out of. Then when I think about Okana Ka, I think about the pataki of the black bird, the black pájaro, like a parrot. It was a black parrot, and anyway, the black parrot knew everything. He was phenomenal. He was great. He helped his village out. But then the governors and everybody came and they forgot about the black pájaro, and then they left, and then nobody was there to govern them. But they all forgot about the black pájaro. They forgot about the black bird, and who was helping them throughout the whole thing. So with the black bird, in order to save face, the black bird turned to a white bird. And everybody saw the white bird as a savior. Everybody saw the white bird as somebody who can help. So what am I saying? So what I'm saying is, please, dress more in white, Okana Ka. Be like the bird. Stay away from the dark colors because it didn't benefit you before. So don't worry about doing it now. Stay in the white. Dress more in white, please and thank you. In Okana Ka, I tell people, be careful with your warriors and your mano de obra. Specifically your warriors, because Babalaos will mount your issue. Your issue has to walk with you. Not only does it have to walk with you, but it has to go through a special ceremony. When Okana Ka comes out, one of the ebos for Okana Ka, for everybody who has Okana Ka, go see your godfather and tell him, hey, there's a ceremony where we got to feed issue, right? A guinea fowl, you know, those long neck little birds that I don't know how else to say it in English, but it's a guinea, right? A guinea, all right, and there's specific instructions on how to get that guinea to issue. You gotta do it. You also gotta do a feeding to Babawa, okay? And that's another thing that another Babalao's got to do for you too. When we talk about Okana Ka, we also talk about a certain aspect, and where now here's where I want to roll in Yemaya, right? In Okana Ka, we have a lot to do with eguns, but more particularly Osai. In Okana Ka, if you play your cards right, the egun and Osai are gonna save your life. You're gonna save your mankind, your aura, your life, your soul, whatever you want to call it. Because that's how you get saved. You get saved through the eguns and Osai. So it's very important for people of Okana Ka start looking into talking to your godfather, trying to figure out what's what, because the eguns and the osai needs to be received. Why is that specifically important? Two things I mentioned. One was the eguns, natural spiritualists and whatnot. The eguns being able to save the person. Now let's talk about Yemaya. Yemaya, the force. Yemaya, the queen of Ocha. Yemaya, who pushes and manipulates within the land of the muertos too. And a very formative, a very a force not to be reckoned with. Yemaya. Yemaya complement Okana Ka very well. My suggestion, because in this scenario, it's Yemaya with Okana Ka, you get crowned first. You let Yemaya dictate where you gotta go and how you gotta go. Most likely she's gonna say you need to go get scratched. And most likely from there she's gonna say you have to work palo. But you let her give Yemaya the voice in order for her to speak. That is my 2 cents. So, with food for thought, when it's all said and done, remember in this sign, be careful. They can rob you, they can take advantage of you, right? People don't consider you, right? Like the blackbird. So now start making some life changes. Dress more in white. Make sure that your issue receives the ceremony needs to receive. Know who you are. You're part of the Egun pack in Okana Ka. You're Yemaya. You need to get crowned Yemaya. And then from there, you can start worrying about what you're going to do in Palo based on what Ita comes out in your Ocha. But I would tell you in your Ita, for Okana Ka, you need to go get scratched in Palo at a minimum. But after Ocha, because we want to be methodical in the process. At the end of the day, if you feel sadness, remember, all your feelings are manipulated by Eguns. People who are spiritualists get engulfed with the feelings of Eguns, those who came before us. Don't fall into that trap. Remember to keep your head straight. Remember who you are, Yori. Do not let the Eguns manipulate. You know, Okana Ka, like I tell all spiritualists, all santeras, and everybody else who has a lot to do with Eguns, take a bottle of rum, right? Some light rum. Aguardiente, the more pure, the better. It has to be light. Take some cacarilla. Put it inside. When you're not feeling good, put it on your hands. Rub it through your forehead, your temple, especially the back of your neck. Okay? Forehead, temple, back of the neck. Clean yourself. Clean yourself off. That will get rid of that egun that's making you feel bad. With that said, Iburu, Iboya, Ibucheche, like, share, subscribe, whatever buttons it is down there. I'm here for you guys, but I want to give you more. I want to give you more. So let me get that community tab. Please tell people to subscribe. Tell a friend, call a friend, whatever. Hey, look at the video, hit subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video. Many blessings to you all. Iburu, Iboya, Ibucheche, Cyberland. Thanks for tuning in.